I'm going to show you today how to make really nice, spongy, moist muffins, and hopefully they'll be the perfect breakfast treat. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do to start these lovely muffins is we're going to get our butter into melt. Now with that melted butter, what I want to do is I want to grease this. What I've got here is a fantastic thing for making muffins. This is made out of plastic and they never ever stick to this. You'll be able to find one of these in any good kitchen equipment shop. If you don't have one, a regular muffin tin works just fine. So I'm just going to brush a little bit of butter into each mold. So once those are nicely brushed, we'll set that aside and turn our butter off. So first thing that goes in there is my regular flour. There's about 3 cups in there and 1 cup of sugar. So the next thing to go in there is I've got 3 eggs. I'm going to put in 2 whole eggs and we're going to split 1 egg and lose the egg white. We're also going to bring back our butter that's nicely melted. So the next thing that goes in there is our 3 nice teaspoons of baking soda. That's the thing that's going to keep it really nice and light. So now what we're going to do is just bring this together nice and gently with our whisk. And now that that's come together a little bit, I'm just going to add in milk. Now what's very important about this recipe is the consistency, and I'm going to show you that consistency in a second. But the thing is, there's different size eggs, so you might have to add a little bit more milk or a little bit less milk. But once that starts to come together, I'll show you exactly what we're looking for. And that's still just a little bit dry, so a bit more milk. And I always make this one by hand. There's no point using a machine. There's not much work involved. It's just a case of gently bringing it together. So I'm going to transfer over to a spatula now. And if you can see that consistency, I'm just going to lift it up and it'll just slowly fall off the spatula. That's what we're looking for. No wetter, no drier than that. So just bring that together nice and gently. And now basically the flavouring that I'm using today, raspberries. Feel free to use blueberries, strawberries, any type of berry works really, really well. But we need to put these in at the end because I want to try and keep them as whole as possible. So that means very, very gently incorporating them into that mixture. They're definitely going to break up ever so slightly, but the more gentle you can be with them, the better. And once we cook those, the raspberries, you'll bite into the muffins and there'll be like an explosion of flavour coming out of that raspberry because it'll just be a little bit warm. Really, really exciting. So we bring back our nice mould and we're just going to let that fall off into the mould. Now you never want to fill these right to the top because they're definitely going to rise. So we're just going to fill them about that much. That's absolutely the perfect amount because they'll just puff up over the edges a little bit. Now one last touch is I've got some fresh sugar and I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. Nice generous amount. And whenever that cooks, it'll caramelise and there'll be a lovely crunchy piece on top of the muffin. So I'm going to finish those off and then I'll pop them into the oven. So my muffins have been in there for about 12 minutes. I think they're just about ready. So you can really see that they've puffed up nicely and they're really looking very good. So the way to test that they're cooked, I've got a nice long skewer. A toothpick would also work. Go straight down into the middle, and if it comes out absolutely clean, which it has done, that means they're cooked. If it comes out with little doughy pieces on it, that means you've got to pop them back in for another couple of minutes. So those muffins look absolutely great.